argue about how older people don't need to have health care. And the first thing popping my head is, oh my God, you don't want to take care of older people, man. Back to football. Now, we finna turn the fun back on, man. I was the fun police. I was angry, man. Shout out to Doc Bear, Angry Black Man. You can have your moniker back. I ain't angry no more. Oh, back to the National Football League. We were going into week 3. You got the Colts versus the Eagles. You got the Bills versus the Vikings. The Faders versus the Dolphins. And the Broncos versus the Ravens. And the Bengals versus the Panthers. I'm going to go backward. Bengals-Panthers. Bengals-Panthers is going to be a humdinger, man. Because you got the big homie Cam Newton, even though he be dressing like the big home Matt. He be dressing like boy. But, hey, man, you wear what you want to wear, fam. Don't agree with that, man. But you looking like lettuce. Hard on the outside, soft on the inside. But Cam Newton is one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the league. I still don't like what North Turner doing. Yeah, they ain't running, forget it. Cam Newton, one of the more dynamic players. He got Christian McCaffrey. He got a couple good receivers out there. They got that monstrous defense. It's going to be an interesting game. The Cincinnati Bengals will continue to be one of the more talented teams on defense. They got an awesome defensive line, awesome secondary, awesome group of linebackers. Andy Dalton is playing above his head as long as Gennaro Bernard can at least toast the rock reasonably. The Cincinnati Bengals will be 3-0. I got them beating the Panthers. The Denver Broncos versus the Ravens. The Ravens' offensive line is in shallow. I spoke about centers earlier today. Their center, they're dealing with a new center, which means Joe Flacco is dealing with more than he would naturally have to. The offensive line is shaky. They don't have a whole lot of weapons, and they're going up against the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos got Case Keenum playing solid football. He's not a great quarterback, but he's not a terrible quarterback either. The Denver Broncos got Von Miller and Suggs blowing down Flacco's back. They got those weapons, Sanders and Thomas out there. They got a solid running game. I like their coach. I'm going to Denver Broncos in this one easily. The Dolphins and the Faders. John Gruden, get an offensive coordinator that you can trust. I repeat, go get you a Bill Callahan because you are in over your head. You look like you're about 5'10". You're in about 6'1". The water's about 6'1" deep. 6 feet 1 inch deep. You're in over your head, bro. You need to slow down, pump your brakes. The Chucky thing, you're playing into the whole TV thing way too much. Note to John Gruden: stop talking about pass rush when you just gave away one of the best pass rushers in the league. You sounding real stupid right now, fam. It's not looking good on you. It's not looking good. You continue to say you don't have pass rush, and you clearly ran one of the best pass rushers. And the fact that if he continue to play like this for the next 3 years, he will be in Canton, and your ass will probably be at the crib fired. But they're not going to fire you because you got $100 million signed up. But again, I don't have any faith in John Gruden. The Dolphins look very solid. They look very balanced. A very solid, very balanced versus a team that after their first 15, if you don't know what the first 15 is, every team scouts 15 plays and then hits the play button. And then they see what they're going to do. John Gruden is looking confused after that 15. The Raiders are going to go down again 0-3 for the first time in a very long time. Even though they sucked all to be damned for the last 10 of the last 12 years, they're going to look even worse this year. Chucky, all dumbass faces, it's over. Bills, Vikings, stop it. Vikings kicking their draws in their ass. They don't have a quarterback. They in turmoil. When ain't nobody asked for the Buffalo Bills head coach job. Note to self, ask the world about that. Colts, Eagles. This is going to be an interesting game, though. I don't have a lot of faith in the Colts because they don't have a balanced offensive attack. The Eagles, they don't have a balanced offensive attack either. And this is why I'm questioning how good Wentz is going to look. He's not going to look very good, but the Colts don't play a whole lot of defense, and that means to the Eagles will look way better than the Colts, even though Frank Reich knows this team, knows their quarterback. It's going to get interesting, but I do believe the Colts will lose to the Philadelphia Eagles. With that being said, I'm going to take another break. And as I take this break, I'm going to let you know We're gonna go into some NBA, and we're gonna see what's going on with the training camp starting Monday. 3 minutes, 52 seconds, and nothing. Hear my voice. Holler at me.
I can't believe you do like that, baby. I just don't understand it, dog. Can't understand it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome y'all back to the Mental Show. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all been watching a lot of other things. Y'all touring us right now, and it feels so beautiful. Performing in blackface tonight. It's wonderful. Joe Stunner. Coming up a little bit later on the show. I just want to thank y'all for just tuning in. It's like this, yo. When tape pull his verses out, promoters pull their purses out, that money for a purchase out, that charge card that they swipe for the worst amount. This is business, not personnel. Thought that I would switch my personnel like Big Doe and Big Pooh would be the first around. But y'all just boring me, I'm never gonna change up. Please join a sorority, go step your game up. Y'all boys ain't ready for damage. You need extra planning, you in the game, but you off sides and got an extra man. And number coach doing your reprimand, and I got a team to run for, respect my standards. And when I'm on the mic, y'all should expect the grandest. Show a lyricism, ever let them know who can manage this clientele. So gutter, little brother. Ladies and girls tell me they loving it. East Coast say they loving it. Midwest say they loving it. All the world say they loving it. It's rapper big. I got a pride with speaking gossip. Talk about what you know, nothing in this nonsense. That's a brush and Charlie take precaution. Get you sold on the block, no, not an option. It doesn't make sense for you to compete against. Calm down, listen to a brother who knows. But calm down, listen to a brother who knows. But calm down, listen to a brother who knows. But it doesn't make sense for you to compete against. Calm down, listen to.
It's America's Best. It's your man B coming at you again. Having a little fun, playing the music. Joe from Houston, little brother. Yeah, that was little brother Joe doing the thing, man. Back to the show. The NBA has taken over the world, it seems. You got the NBA, man, they're doing that thing, and it looks like they are in the business of taking over. I'm telling you. When you look at the NBA, you see a situation to whereas you got people, they at one point they were just trying to compete. They ain't trying to compete anymore. They trying to make moves. It used to be at the end of June, you didn't hear nothing else about the NBA. I don't know what's going on, blah blah blah, yakety schmackety. But now the NBA, they are looking as if they are going to make moves and take over the sports landscape. We haven't stopped talking about the NBA since the Golden State Warriors won their second championship. Shout out to the Golden State Warriors. For taking down LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now it would be LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. But the thing, what I'm going to talk about now don't really have a lot to do with basketball. You don't got everything to do with basketball, it's the NBA. But training camp started Monday, and we got a whole lot of conversation about things that we don't really be talking about. Like Jimmy Butler has made he's made a proclamation that he wants to be traded. And the question I have for all y'all is this: Jimmy Butler, is he good enough to be talking about where he want to be playing? That's just a question I have, man. Is Jimmy Butler good enough to be saying, hey, man, I don't want to play here no more, man, because, this, that, and the third, man, what's going on? I ain't getting along with Karl Anthony Towns and these two. They don't want to play hard enough. The question I have for you is this: Jimmy Butler, NBA All-Star. one of the best two-way players in the league and all that nonsense. What the hell does that mean, for real? He one of the best two-way players. Ain't everybody a two-way player? Is there some people that's only stopping at half court and letting everybody else play defense? But anyway, Jimmy Butler, one of the better all-around players in the league. He plays solid defense, solid offense. Butler's good, but actually may be the problem. Exactly, Joe. I believe Jimmy Butler is the problem because look, what's rarely talked about is Jimmy Butler was complaining that Tom Thibodeau was working him too hard. Then when they got rid of Tom Thibodeau, and hold on one second. To get rid of Tom Thibodeau, somebody just asked me to listen to their show. I'm on air, motherfucker. Obviously, you're not listening to my show, Negro. But he helped Tom Thibodeau get pushed out of the room. Don't nobody talk about that. Then he tried to get Fred Hoiberg fired. They didn't get rid of Fred Hoiberg. They got rid of him. So now you got rid of Fred Hoiberg. They got rid of Fred. Fred Hoiberg got rid of you. Now you're in Minnesota, and there's been rumors that you digging out a couple people's girlfriend. But you know, in pro athlete, when it comes to professional athletics, it's always one or two things. Issues in the locker room, a woman, or some money. I've never heard of it being anything else. You stole my sneakers? No. You, I don't be your friend no more? No. It's either woman or money. No disparage, no shade towards women. I'm just saying, those are the only thing I ever heard people fighting about. But Jimmy Butler's in Minnesota, and now he can't get along with anybody in Minnesota. Hey, Jim, it might be you. It might be you, Jim. Because if you can't get along with Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah, and your black ass can't get along with the young boys, and then the young boys hit turned on you when you and D Wade was talking reckless about them to the media, and it took Rondo, you know, the same Rondo that y'all call a malcontent who's crazy and can't get along with nobody, but it's somehow, some way these young boys in Chicago stood up for him. That Rondo. And what I want to know is, where does Jimmy Butler stack up in your estimation? Because Jimmy Butler stacks up into the very good player. He stacks into the good player category. Or the low very goods. You know, because when I'm old school. I get it. And I have come to the conclusion that a lot of these dudes are soft. And after I get off this Jimmy Butler thing, I'm going to explain to you why I think the young boys in the league are soft right now. Jimmy Butler. Is he Kyrie Irving? No. Is he Steph Curry? No. Is he the Greek Freak? No. Who is he? He's Lance Stevens that's socially correct. Seriously. Jimmy Butler is Paul Pressey back in my day, Bonzi Wells in the 90s, Manu Ginobili and Richard Jefferson. That's where Jimmy Butler is. The reason I put him there is, yeah, they made some all-star teams besides Bonzi Wells and Richard. I think Bonzi Wells might have made one. He was all-star caliber. But you ain't talking about, they can demand a trade. What is Jimmy playing defense? He's good at defense. But is Jimmy Butler ever been known as the best defender in the league? When you start talking about defensive players, yeah, do people talk about Jimmy Butler? Are they talking about him like they talk about Ron Artest? They talk about the glove, Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman? No. Draymond Green? No. He's on the same level as Klay Thompson. Good defender. So, is he an offensive juggernaut like Kyrie Irving, Steph Curry, KD, James Harden? No, and no. So how the hell are you demanding a trade anywhere? You are not a top-tier superstar, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis. You're not a second-tier superstar, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Steph Curry. You are in the Bradley Beal category, man. You ain't even in the John Wall category, fam. The stock, do they living up to this wherewithal? You in the Bradley Beal, DeMar DeRozan situation. You know what? You're not even in a DeMar DeRozan situation. The reason I say you're not in a DeMar DeRozan situation